Greetings and welcome to Film Rants. Curse word, sexual innuendo, sophomoric punchline. I'm your host, E. Adam Thomas, and in celebration of the upcoming Phoenix Comicon this coming weekend, I'll not only be ranting on two films, but also defending my position with my guest, Angry Andy of the Fuck It Team News. Tonight's rant is on Batman and Superman, but not the new Batman vs. Superman. I'm talking about the originals from the 70s and 80s. The first film is Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve, Marlon Brando, and Margot Kidder. Synopsis: Kal-El is sent to Earth to escape global warming on Krypton, falls in love with nutty reporter chick, saves some lives, battles an insane Gene Hackman. Done. Okay, look, I don't hate this movie, but it's really hard to get emotionally wrapped up with a character who is impervious to everything except being an emo, whiny douchebag. I understand that Superman is the first and most iconic superhero in pop culture. That's all well and good. Does that mean I have to bow down before the General Zod of the Holy Multiplex and just accept this film as one of the greatest films ever made? The effects are okay, sure, but the script is a rushed piece of crap that still manages to take way too fucking long to get to the good shit. And what is the good shit? Well, let's see. Saving Lois, thwarting a cat burglar, saving a cat, saving a few other people, verbally sparring with Lex Luthor, getting a non-lethal dose of kryptonite poisoning, turning time back, saving Lois again, and joining the Flag Corps. Objectively, this film is about as interesting as watching only the dialogue parts of the Bigfoot episodes of The $6 Million Man. It's beautifully shot, and there's some good, if wasted, acting in there, but in the end, Superman is just not that interesting of a character to begin with, and Lois is just plain annoying. If there's anything really truly redeeming about this film, it's Ned Beatty as Luthor's idiotic henchman Otis, who at least provides some beautifully performed comic relief. I'm sorry if this is offensive to some people who love this movie because, poor Christopher Reeve got his neck broke by a horse. But this is really just a fucking long, boring movie. On the Rantometer, in all honesty, I gotta give artistic a 4, coolness a 2, originality a 2, and I'm sorry, but Suckitude gets a 3. On the whole, Superman the movie only gets a total of a 5 score. Now, let's take a look at DC Comics' other most iconic character film, the original 1989 Tim Burton version of Batman with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. First off, let me just admit here that, to be honest, Richard Donner is a better director than Tim Burton. Donner is far better at developing characters and plots, whereas Burton is all about atmosphere and being fucking creepier than a balding alcoholic in a poorly fitting My Little Pony t-shirt driving an amateurishly painted ice cream van through a school zone. That said, Batman is a much more compelling and adrenaline-boiling film in all aspects of the filmmaking process. Keaton's division between Bruce Wayne and Batman is totally believable, and both characters are fascinating. Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale is also not just there to be a convenient flesh hole for Keaton's bat probe, and Nicholson as the Joker is far more interesting and terrifying as the cartoonish Joker than Hackman ever was as Lex Luthor. Nicholson is downright scary, despite all the weird makeup, or perhaps more so because of it. Remember, the last film Joker we were used to just painted himself up to look like a creepy clown. But unlike Cesar Romero, Nicholson not only shaved, but he underwent hours of discomfort in the makeup chair to make the Joker look like the scarred, damaged mental case he was supposed to be. The film is dark, foreboding, and still manages to give every character some awesome levity and oddness that helps sell the story so much more believably. The Rantometer on Burton's Batman gets a 5 for artistic, a 5 for coolness, a 3.5 on originality, and only 1 razor blade on the Suckitude. Because despite being made 11 years later, some of the special effects in Batman were a bit sloppier than they were in Superman. That gives Batman a 12.5 against Superman's 5. Batman is obviously the superior film. And now, here to tell me where he thinks I fucked up with that review with Batman vs. Superman is our own Angry Andy of the Fuck It team.
So I'm supposed to just talk about how you fucked up with the review. I don't need to get like the notebooks and reams of fucking fuck ups that you've had, in the 30 years before that.
Right. We'll go ahead and leave that for another docudrama.
See, the problem is honestly, you didn't quite fuck up completely on this. Batman is a more enjoyable movie. It actually is a little bit, more fun to watch from beginning to end. The problem is that you're not taking into consideration that it's fucking easy to make a good Batman film. I mean, it's fucking Batman. Everybody can relate to a guy who's gone through a tragedy and had this huge change brought upon him that makes him something different on the other side and become darker about it. And Batman's this wish fulfillment of, somebody's done something bad to you. I'm going to put on a fucking costume and fuck you up, god damn it. That's fucking Batman. Everyone relates to it.
Yeah.
Now, Superman, on the other hand, it's hard for people to relate to. So it's hard to make a decent Superman film. So look at it. You've got Superman and Superman 2 are like the only halfway decent Superman movies out there. Every movie after that's been shit. Why? Because nobody understands Superman and having a character of godlike power. Batman's easy. You got Batman, you got Batman Returns, and then of course that's just how disappointing fucking Batman Forever and Batman Ramen is with nipple Batman, and because fucking nobody got Batman. How do you not get fucking Batman? And then you got Batman Begins, all of a sudden a decent Batman movie again. And in between you got the Bruce Timm animated fucking Batman series that in a lot of ways are better than any of the fucking movies out there. Batman's easy. Superman is difficult, and that's why the first Superman movie is a classic, because I know that with your small penis you're not used to being powerful and that hairstyle, but that it's hard to make a godlike character relatable, and Donner did a good job by showing his roots and having a family that was actually supportive of him, unlike the fucking Kevin Costner, let me die in a fucking tornado, but I guess I won't go into that because that's not what this is about.
So wait a minute. So you're saying that that Superman's a better film because it was a harder film to make, so we should cut it some slack? Is that basically what you're saying? You're
cut it some slack, but you have to appreciate that they made a decent movie, unless like you have something against people in fucking red underwear. That it's a decent movie about a character that's hard to write. Fucking making a Batman movie's like pissing in a fucking circle. Anybody can goddamn do it.
Except maybe Joel Schumacher.
Well, I mean, it's fucking Joel Schumacher.
So
I fucking shit better in my toilet than Joel Schumacher.
So what you're basically telling me is that you think that Batman is still a better film than Superman, but I'm a dick for being so hard on it.
Well, you're a dick, and you're being too hard on it.
Okay. All right. I can accept that. But taking what you just said, are you telling me that Superman wasn't too fucking long? The movie is 2.5 hours. It's almost as long as 2001: A Space Odyssey, and anybody who saw my rant a few weeks ago on that knows how much I hate sitting through a lot of movie just to get to a second plot point.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that you're a crusty old fucker who's lost his sense of wonder. When you watch Superman and you watch Superman blossom into the superhero that he could become, there's a lot of aspects of that are there to raise your sense of childlike wonder. And that's how come, honestly, you fucking sucked at liking 2001 too. Because there's a lot in there that just makes you go, wow, that's fucking awesome. And that just goes all over your head like everything else.
No, I didn't say 2001 wasn't fucking awesome. I just said there was a little bit too much drawn out
awesome fucking coming everywhere all over that fucking movie.
No, way too much. You gotta sit through to get to the awesome, to get to the mind blows. You're sitting there watching them eat food on the fucking spaceship for almost an hour before anything even happens.
Well, but see, that's what I mean about the sense of wonder. Because when you sit there and it takes 10 to 15 minutes with Superman flying around with Lois holding her hand, it's there to make you go, wow.
And why didn't she just fall? Like, why wasn't her broken wrist just sort of making her dangle behind him? How is she staying like this in midair next to him? What the fuck? There was no sense to the physics in the goddamn thing. Not that I care much about physics.
You're talking about a goddamn fucking dude flying through the air with a red cape and menstrual cycle all over his pants. It's not realistic.
It's a good thing that Lois wasn't on her period during that scene. I just thought of that. Just dripping
Just
down.
dripping everywhere.
Dripping all over Metropolis.
What the hell? Is it the fucking apocalypse?
It's raining
This has
blood.
a chunk.
Okay. Well, okay, so we'll
Raining
agree.
blood.
We'll agree on Batman versus Superman, even though we disagree about why one's better than the other. Angry Andy, good to have you on the show. You'll be back again next week, I take it?
Yeah, I won't even change for you.
Oh, God. How
Well,
long have
it's
you
clean
already
now.
been wearing it?
Well,
About a week?
about 2 weeks.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's fucking Deadpool.
You know that-
I'm going to wear this fucking shirt until Deadpool comes out. God damn it.
All right. You know the hashtag, filmrantseat. The email address, filmrantseat@cox.net. You can also find us on Facebook, on YouTube, and what's the URL for our blog again? angrymenreviews.com. I'm E. Adam Thomas.
And I'm Angry Andy, offending people on the blog every week.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Angry Men Reviews. Many fucks said, no fucks given.